Hey, got a bit of a long video for you today.
We're going to talk about drugs. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay.
Long story short, I am 8 going on 9 weeks sober from weed. This is the longest I've spent away from this substance, and the benefits have been overwhelmingly positive. This is a substance I've used and abused for over a decade now, so to be at this point now where I'm not even missing it is very new for me. Yeah, I recorded a video 2 months ago early in the piece, speaking to the immediate positives and the reasons behind it. So I would like to include that after this preamble, but I also wanted to give a 2-month sort of update. The main one being I'm just working more. I have greater capacity for everything in my life. I'm playing more gigs, I'm earning more money. And that's not the meaning of life, but like it sure feels nice after just treading water for so fucking long, being this like casual stoner who's just content to just kind of like chug along. Yeah, I'm dreaming bigger. I'm dreaming better. I think I'm just a better person overall. My moods aren't like fucking this. My finances aren't like fucking this. I just feel more present with everything around me and more appreciative of this life I get to live. So that all sounds great, doesn't it? We now go live to me from 2 months ago to hear what he has to say on the matter. Enjoy. Last night I had a horrible dream. Your smile in the morning came and chased it all away. I may not even release this video. This is more for my sake than anyone else's, but I do wish to speak on a topic that is very dear to my heart. So, long story short, I've been feeling fucking great lately. Better than I've felt in a very, very long time. Years? I don't know. What's his secret? The secret is sobriety. Yes, so in the space of 1 week, last week, I decided to ditch weed, ditch coffee, drastically minimize social media. And this trifecta of positive influences in my life has given me fucking superpowers. I shit you not. I found myself indulging in my beloved cannabis, perhaps a little too frequently over the festive season, as it goes. Silly season, blah, blah, blah. We all know the story. But I just reached a point where I found I was like spending so much time coming down and like in a shit mood and like not engaging in my life, in a positive, meaningful way. And yeah, it's been a challenge. Typically when I give up cannabis, I'm just like, I'm done. See you later. Bye, bitch. Like, you're doing me no good. But when I'm like dancing with her, maybe a little too closely, justifications come into it. It's been a big part of my identity for the last like 10 plus years as a creative stoner dude, man. I can roll. And when my sleep cycle gets disrupted, it's what I lean towards, and then I justify that. And a lot of my social circles, it's like that's the done thing. And yeah, that's fun and all, but fucking hell, as I get older, I am more keenly aware of the after effects, the stone over, all of the above. But yeah, it kind of puts some distance between myself and the life I want to lead. And it's so like stylized as this innocuous thing, at least in my world. I know for some people, like everyone, that's the thing about weed. It is so polarizing, is so different for everyone. It potentiates so many different things. It can potentiate the munchies, giggles, paranoia, creativity, like everything. It's such a fascinating substance. And, I've definitely indulged in my fair share of it. But yeah, I just got tired of, like, I would begin factoring into the equation that, like, oh yeah, like, okay, cool, I'll do some weed on this occasion. And then, like, the next day or two, even, it would be like, not a write off per se, but I know I would be altered. And it seems so bizarre to say it out loud and be like, okay, you're a fucking drug addict, like, and you're altering your schedule to make your habit work. But it's not a drug, man, it's a natural plant. It has so many medicinal benefits. Sorry, that seems condescending and rude, and it's not to yuck anyone's yum. And yeah, absolutely, there are times in one's life and occasions where it is of great benefit. But overuse, habitual use, chronic reliance on it, I don't know if that's the way. Not for me anyway. I have been so much more creative. My dreams are fucking crazy, which is cool. I have so much more energy, and keep in mind, like, weed is just one part of this. I was also addicted to coffee for, I don't know, a long time. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy a green tea of a morning. That's probably why I'm a little bit hyper right now. But it's a much more sustainable high. And again, yeah, these things are just so fucking normalized. Like coffee, tobacco, alcohol, weed. I like the middle two, tobacco and alcohol, not such an issue for me. I've never been a huge, I don't know, to me they feel like poison, and so I don't indulge in them very often. But the others, coffee and weed, I've gained some benefit from them over the years, or so I've thought. I don't know. I don't know what my life would look like had I never touched them. But they just become so normalized and just like, so like, this is just a part of your everyday life. And you just get used to operating that way, and the level of energy that they, or the headspace they put you in, I suppose. Yeah, man, like, fuck, with coffee, again, like, irritable, anxious, my anxiety has just fucking plummeted since cutting out all these things. My guts, oh my god, I think I was in denial, but, and I'm not like one of these crazy coffee drinkers having like, 3 or 4 cups a day. I would have typically one in the morning, but my bowel movements became so liquidy and fucking gross so regularly, and I'm like, what's causing that? It's the fucking coffee, yo. My stools have never been better since ditching coffee, I gotta say. And that is a nice fucking feeling. It is nice not running to the toilet to just have these fucking explosions of fecal. I use the word matter very lightly because, yeah, it's quite runny. Anyway, I don't want to, if you're eating, I do apologize. I wrote down, because I knew I'd just like get on a tangent and do this thing as I do, but I wrote down a few points of like what benefits I've seen being a bit over a week. No coffee, no weed. My singing voice has never been better. Like, oh my gosh, who knew inhaling smoke would have a detrimental effect on my vocal cords? Oh, but it's not tobacco. Therefore, it's okay. No, you're doing damage to your lungs. You're doing damage to your throat. Don't deny it. So my singing voice has just been like, very happy with that. Guts aren't fucked. My energy is fucking great. Holy shit, I wake up feeling rested, and I wake up feeling excited. How bizarre. I wake up feeling excited for the day ahead. Can you imagine that? In the weed coffee haze, and keep in mind, like, I wasn't an everyday user of cannabis. I was, like, many moons ago, like 10, in the last 10 years or so. But, for me, it'd be like a couple of times a week. But still, man, that takes a while for you to come back to baseline. And I also found that the baseline I thought was baseline after cannabis is actually not baseline. Like, it's actually a good, like, 3 or 4 days after, for me and my tolerance anyway. But I have energy, and I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like I don't want to be here. And not in a suicidal way, in a like, I just want to sleep forever. I don't have that feeling anymore. Which I thought was just baseline. I'm like, that's a fucking shit way to go about our lives. And I think a lot of people are in that boat. Because a lot of us are just like, coffee to get through the day, Okay, weed to go to sleep at night. Rinse and repeat, right? Also, I'm articulate. I can remember things. I can maintain a conversation. I think maybe I'm overdoing it. You know, I do have a tendency to like swing from extreme to extreme. But I just really want to just stress how fucking good I'm feeling cutting out these things that I thought was like a regular part of my life, you know? My mood. My God, I'm not this. Don't get me wrong. I'm still judgmental. Just gonna put that out there. Still judgmental. Still think I'm the shit. Still think my ideas are the best. But I'm not this like bitter, like crotchety old fucking fuck. The world's fucked and everyone in it. I still get that. That's, you know, it's part of me. Maybe not. But where was I going with this? I'm not a bitter, whiny cunt, which is what weed turned me into. And it's like, oh, peace and love, but it's really not. It's really not. I think it's injurious to the spirit when done irresponsibly, i.e. not in moderation. But again, to each their own. There are probably some people with PTSD or whatever who really need it. Although, I'm less convinced, but who am I? I can only speak to my experience, right? Anyway, right now, I feel 100% engaged in my life. I think before I was operating at about 80%, but I feel like the shit. I feel super fucking capable. And the world responds, you know? Like, I'm getting a lot more smiles and engagement from strangers and like children, and I just feel like I'm in the world. Whereas before I'm kind of this like, there's like this fucking like glass screen between me and it. It's difficult to articulate, but I don't miss it. I don't fucking miss it. The third part of this equation is quitting the social media. And by quitting, I mean like soft quitting. Like, what kind of a world is it where I'm patting myself on the back for limiting my social media to half an hour a day? Go you. Well done. Because fuck, before, my God, the scroll hole, it's real. And we all know these companies prey on, you know, the little dopamine mechanism in our brain. You know, they utilize gambling psychology to keep you hooked, to keep you outraged, to keep you horny, like whatever the fuck it is that they use, the little hook to get you in, it's exploitative and it's fucking gross. And once, you know, I feel like Neo coming out of the fucking jelly tub in the Matrix, you know, it's like once you see it for what it is, you forget. And you do this fucking 12 or 13 times before finally you're like, no, enough is enough. This is my experience. So yeah, I just have so much more creative focus. Music is just pouring out of me. Ideas are just like fucking percolating. And I'm happy. And I'm energized. And I sleep great. I sleep so fucking well. So, my friends, this is my account of quitting coffee, quitting weed, limiting social media. And as I said, I'm aware of my tendency to go from one extreme to the other. And moderation, the middle way, as the Buddha ascribes. The middle way. That is the way. So, you know, there are gigs, there are parties coming up in the future, in the very near future, where I feel like Lionel Hutz when he's in the courtroom defending Marge, who has accidentally shoplifted a bottle of Colonel Quickie Mart's Kentucky bourbon, brownest of the brown liquors. And he runs out to the phone to speak to his mentor, Dave Crosby. And he's like, hello, Dave, I'm really tempted. Just take it one day at a time. And remember, I love you. So, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I going to get really cooked when I go to see The Prodigy? Am I going to take lots of psychedelics at a party? That's my MO, or has been, for a while. I don't know. Peer pressure is a motherfucker. Healthy Harold and the PE teachers were fucking right. Peer pressure is a motherfucker, but I'm really enjoying my sobriety. I'm still undecided as to what I'm going to put in myself, if anything, on these upcoming festive occasions. I will add that, yes, I have done psychedelics a couple of times in this period, so I am what I've dubbed affectionately redhead sober, which is no weed, but, you know, maybe the occasional cheeky psych. Namely because weed is the one I struggled the most with. Although maybe I have that problem with strikes too. So I don't want to be on here being like, I am never doing drugs again, ever. Forget it. Because life is long and there are many experiences to be had. But in terms of the regular, day-to-day, very casual use of coffee and weed, like I'm seeing too many benefits from that to want to dive back into that world, like getting stoned on a Tuesday because it's a fucking Tuesday, you know? And yeah, I hesitate putting this video out in the world because I don't want to seem overly preachy or dismissive or judgmental of anyone. Even though, yes, of course, like I have those little like judgmental thoughts. Yes, I am so pious and virtuous because I don't put naughty things in my body and you are just the little people who I look down upon. That's not who I want to be either. You know, I endeavor to have compassion for everyone. And even this fucking disclaimer is like me like putting myself above, which I really don't want to do. So the point of this is to speak to my experience, and maybe that can help you, because I've sure benefited from, I watched Struthless's video recently on how he got sober and his like issues with substance abuse and whatnot, and that was really a fucking eye-opener. And like I'm just finding more and more all these brilliant creatives I look up to, like Struthless, Andre 3000, Tyler the Creator, I think for the most part Wayne Coyne, but I don't know, he's an anomaly. Anyway, these brilliant prolific artists, they're fucking sober. They make cool weird shit, but they're fucking sober because they know something. They know the clarity that it gives you. So anyway, this is my experiment. We'll see where I'm at in 2 weeks. I could be fucking on heroin. Probably not though. Never really appealed to me, that one. Full disclosure, I only did 6 weeks, no coffee, which is still the longest I've gone without coffee since starting drinking it. As for social media, well, yeah, I've gotten a bit lax on that front, but I did see enormous benefits from installing an app like ScreenZen, where you can punch in how much time you're willing to commit to these activities, social media and whatnot, on a daily basis, and it kind of like interrupts you when you're reaching those limits. Yeah, I'd love to get back onto that. And as for booze, well, I had one night where I had some drinks and felt like ass the next day, so yeah, it's fucking poison, bro. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm just like blah 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 blah. But I hope you have a great day, and I hope you sleep well and feel well and create the life you want. And don't be afraid to try new shit. Don't be afraid to do what's in your best interest. Don't be afraid to listen to your body. Don't be afraid to challenge your identity as it relates to substances of choice, and have a fucking great life.